Friday. I am here. I'm sitting in my car. I'm getting ready to head to work. I don't like to put my work information in my videos because I still need to be, responsible, and I still would like to come in and speak my mind and speak truth in my videos without, possibly, I don't want to say, what is it, representing the company in my videos. Okay, so I'm wise enough not to do that. Okay, so anyways, I just want to come share this quick video with you all to let you all know soon and very soon you will have to choose a side, right? There are a lot of people who are in the middle of everything, just in the middle. They try to stay neutral in everything. And there's coming a time where you're really going to have to choose a side, right? Who you're for, who you're standing with. And there's only two sides. There's light and darkness. And you're going to have to choose a side. And that side is going to be very difficult because you're going to have to leave people behind. You have to leave, you're going to have to leave loved ones behind. You're going to have to leave children behind. You're going to have to leave spouses behind. And it's very difficult to really choose. That's why a lot of you all are having a hard time now. You're already being separated from, family. You're already being separated from children. You're already being separated from jobs. You're already being separated from a lot of things because, the Most High God know that if he do it now, it'll be easier for you to choose the right side. But if you don't understand what is taking place, it'll be hard for you to let people go, right? Because times are coming to where it's either you gonna take a stand for what's right or you're just going to sit and fold. And a lot of people are folding. I'm so glad that I know what side I stand on. And I'm so glad that I'm going to stand on the side that's right. I'm going to stand on the side that's light. And I've made my stance, and I'm going to make it publicly and boldly. I'm going to stand on the side that's right. I'm going to stand on the side that's true. Because one thing about it, if you don't stand on God's side, who the people you think are there for you are not there for you. A lot of you all see that now. You think your family, friends are there for you. You think people are going to be there to support you. You think those relationships are going to be there because they're superficial. A lot of the relationships that you all have are superficial. Tell them you're voting a certain way. Tell them you're voting a certain way. Tell them you don't believe in a certain thing. Just share your opinion. You could just be sharing your simple opinion. And people will get upset with you and mad at you. That's the reason I don't talk politics. I'm a vote and I'm going to go stand on what I stand on. But I don't talk politics to people because people don't know how to allow folks to have their opinion. They have to make people feel bad because of how they believe or what they choose, right? So I don't talk politics because people are disrespectful. And I shut it down. Every chance I get, I shut it down. I shut conversations down, but I'm going to stand on what I stand on. My opinion and my beliefs are my beliefs, right? And I'm so happy that a lot of relationships I don't have. I didn't understand what God was doing in my life prior, although he was taking me through like a lot of like revelation and changes, and that thing was painful. I'm not going to lie. It was very painful for me to go through the transformation that I went through the past 4 years. But I understand now. I understand why he was doing it. But I'm so glad that I didn't get close to a lot of people because people assume certain things about you because of your race. They assume certain things about you because where you come from. They assume certain things about you because how you look. They assume certain things about you. And then when you don't conform or when you don't fit into the box that they have put you in, now, oh, you a problem. Now you this, that, the name calling go to happen, right? So I'm so glad that God has showed me that, I came into this world alone and I'm gonna leave it alone, right? So saying that is never get too attached to people. Never allow people to keep you in a box and keep you limited and keep you from speaking the truth. Never allow people to keep you from standing up for truth. And also never allow your love for people to stop you from standing up for what's right. Never allow your love for people to stop you from speaking the truth, right? Because some people want you to stand and agree with things that are not true, that are harmful to folks. They want you to just accept it, right? But when you know you standing for truth, you willing to lose anybody. Listen, I don't have anyone attached. There's no one attached to me that I'm not willing to lose in this hour. That goes for children. That goes for a job. That goes for a spouse. That goes for friends. Like, I don't have no attachments to things and people that are going to keep me from standing up for truth. Keep me for standing up for what's right. I just had to come share that with you all. That was on my mind this morning. And this is to encourage someone. You know, you're going to have to take a stand soon, right? You're going to have to choose a side soon. There's no more being neutral. There's no more standing in the middle. You're going to have to stand for what's right or else, right? You're going to have to make the toughest decision in your life. And I'm glad God was taking me through the process since 2000, because I feel like I've always been fighting this thing out by myself. I've always been fighting this thing out. I really never had family to support me, like, basically all my life. Like, I was in this struggle by myself. Look, I've been in this struggle by myself. No, I'm not saying that God didn't send people in my life like my grandmothers who supported me. But since they're deceased, and they've been deceased over 20 years, I really didn't have anyone there to really stand in the paint and support me and try to understand me and understand, like, just, I didn't have that. I didn't have that. And I'm glad I didn't have that, because that taught me how to be strong alone. Sometimes people feel like they can't be strong alone. They feel like they got to have people with them. I feel like, what's the name on Color Purple? All my life I had to fight. And I'm glad, because that's training. That's training. So when you're able to stand up and people walk away from you because you're not going to stand for nothing else but the truth, you're going to be okay. You're going to be good, because people tend to think that you can't live without them. They tend to think that you can't live in this world without them. And God been taking care of you since day one. God been sending destiny helpers to you. I can't explain to y'all how many people God don't send in my life when I didn't have family to call for financial help. God has sent a stranger. God sent a stranger to bless me when I needed $4,000. Look, I needed $4,000. That's not no money that you can just get from people you don't know. But God sent a destiny helper. I needed $4,000 to move. God sent a destiny helper. God sent that lady to bless me, and she didn't hesitate. I didn't have nobody to call. Like, you got to trust God to the degree that he's going to look out for you, and you know he's looking out for you. He's going to provide your every need if you obey. When God, when I went through all these things, God showing me all these miracles, signs and wonders. He's showing me all this stuff, showing me he being there for me, supporting me. I didn't have family to call, and they don't talk about me. Right? You know, you got that family member, them family members you can call, and they'll talk about you. I knew she was going to call me one day. I knew she was going to need something. No, God say, no, I got your family. Your family is not blood. I'm going to send people to help you. I'm going to send the right people to help you. But we got to be in a certain place, because people will make you feel like you can't make it without them. The God I know, I've always made it. I made it without people. When my grandmothers died, I knew I didn't have no one else I could depend on. When my grandmothers died, I didn't have anyone else to depend on. It was always me and God. It was always me and God. And the people who, you thought was there supporting you, like, like a spouse or something, them people was in it for themselves. Like, people thinking, because you married and you got a husband, that man got his own agenda. He was in it for himself. He had his own agenda. He was creating his own image. And like, it was always me and God. It was always me and God. So I just want to encourage someone. I just had to get that off my chest. Y'all see my voice is high pitched. I'm elevated because I thought about this. I'm like, you know what? I'm choosing my side. I don't care what nobody says. If I got to live out this thing alone by myself, there's no more making people feel good about if they're going to be around me, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm going to speak the truth regardless. If you're going to be my friend, if you're going to be in my good graces, I'm going to speak the truth to you regardless. If you don't want to hear it, you can leave. If you don't want to hear the truth, hey, that's fine. I don't have to just bye. I'm going to stand on what's right. Because people always try to discourage you from speaking what's right. They always want to try to say you judgmental, you hypocritical, you this, that, you that. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that you need to know what you're doing is not right. I remember somebody was trying to bully me and make me feel bad because I stood on business. I stood on kingdom business, okay? People try to make you feel bad because you standing on business because you don't come into agreement with certain things. I'm not going to go against what God is telling me. I'm not going to go against what's being convicted in my spirit. I'm not going against nothing that's in my spirit. That's a conviction in my spirit. You don't have to do it, but I'm gonna do what God told me to tell you. I'm gonna say what he told me to tell you. And it's up to you. My job is to bring the truth, and your job is to hear it and obey it. I'm a seed planter. God told me that I'm a seed planter. I come to bring warning. And see, one thing about a warning, God loves you so much, he'll send people to warn you before destruction comes. People be so self-righteous and be so, what the thing called? So prideful. That's the word. People be so prideful. They don't want to hear that God loved them so much. He's bringing correction. I'm glad I listened to when God was telling me, you know, that's wrong. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. That's when you know he loved you. Anyways, I got to go clock in. I got 3 minutes to get in before I'm late. Love you all. Bye-bye.